Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day today. This video is going to be going over the survival build of my Stag Beetle Miner. So I built the Stag Beetle off of the chassis of my previous attempt at a mining vehicle, which was a fail, as you can see in this clip. It did not end up working. So I just took it back to the garage and took it apart and went back to the drawing board. I wanted to have something that could fold out, deploy and retract to kind of keep balance tight on the vehicle. I didn't want like a large towering kind of drill monstrosity that I've seen on some of them. As well as they do work, I just wanted something a little more compact. So the first thing I did here was I took the pistons that were on my wheels off because I wanted to reuse those, and then rewired the wheels. Then I didn't need all the space that the drills were taking up before, so I shortened up the entire vehicle. Now after this, I spent a little bit of time trying to decide where exactly I wanted the drills to come out from, and I decided that if I wanted to have the most reach, like the most area that an ore deposit could fit into, I should probably use the entire length of the vehicle. So I started the drill arms directly off of the connection points for the tires. I figured this would give me the most range on the drills without throwing off the balance of the vehicle too much. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of have it show one half of the drill machine get built. I'm using the long pipe sections here, and I just go out 3. So that's going to be the same on both sides, and then I want to have the bearing coming inward because I want those 2 sections to be rotating. Then I'm going to add my pistons that kind of put the drills into place when it's deploying. And my challenge here was figuring out the correct spacing on the drills. I wanted them to kind of come together like teeth to really fill in all of the area in front of it. I wanted to take full advantage of the clearance on the sides of the vehicles. I didn't want it to stick out too much, but I also didn't want it to scrape along the edges. I found that the long pipes are actually kind of a perfect distance for the drills, especially if you're having them close up on each other. Leaves 1 drill of space between each drill when you use the long bars. Alright, so there's a completed drill arm. Now I basically just need to finish it on the opposite side, so here's a sped up clip of me doing just that. Alright, so wrapping up this arm, I'm just putting on the final bearings. And that wraps up that part. So now let's get the drills off of the old part and go ahead and just stick all of those on these arms. Then the only thing that's really left for us is getting the controller set for deploying the arms. Alright, so the setup here, I have a controller going to one of the pistons on each side and the bearings for deploying, and then the final piston on each side I have linked up to a button rather than a switch. Alright, so that's it for the controller for deploying. Now I'm putting those final two pistons on the button. Alright, so I took quite a bit of time to figure out the correct settings for the controller on this. Just taking it on a quick drive test right here to make sure that I don't get a lot of swaying or lag from all of the parts attached, and it seems to work just fine. Alright, so now that we know it drives properly, no issues, gonna take a look at this controller here if I can get up on top. So I have it turned on for while I'm adjusting the controller so that I can see the adjustments real time. It's also off of the lift. Alright, so while I was adjusting the controller, I noticed that my alignment was kind of off for the arms, so I just detached one of them and added a little piece to correct the gapping, and you'll see the difference here after I do that. Alright, so now that that's fixed, I'm just going to attach these back to the controller, and then when I open the controller up, you'll be able to see the settings that I came to. If you do end up making a vehicle like this, the settings that you use should be very similar depending on the ride height of the vehicle and the overall length of it. So again, these are the settings that you're going to want to use for it. Now that I've done that, when I push the button, you'll see that these mesh together very clean. And that's exactly what I wanted. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you could do me a favor and leave a comment, let me know if you like this style of video better or the style I normally make, where I do more cuts with no talking and just music. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.